Hey, would you like to be a successful yogi? How to succeed in yoga? Many people do. We start doing our yoga practices, we go to classes, we may take trainings. We really want to make this work because we value it. We know that there's something here for us we want to explore deeper. But unfortunately, many of us don't fully succeed. We kind of drop off. Even people who love yoga, at some point in their life, they stop doing it. They don't succeed. They don't get to the end of its possibilities. So, how do you succeed in yoga? Well, I think one thing to think of it, and this is a clever way of thinking of it, people say, I'm going to do some yoga. I'm going to do yoga now. What about if yoga did you? Rather than doing yoga, yoga does you. Now, how does that happen? How does yoga do you rather than you doing yoga? Because when you do yoga, you think of something that's outside yourself. It's like an activity, something you go and do because you're like, I go running, for example, or I may make pottery, whatever it is that you do. Yoga is something you do. And so after a while, it's something that you don't do. Now, what if it was that rather than you doing it, yoga started to do you? It was as natural as breathing. You couldn't imagine not having that experience of yoga. And this comes about in only one way. And it will come about. I do promise you, if you do this, yoga will end up doing you, and you won't have to do yoga anymore. And the way you do this is that you have commitment to a practice. It's the commitment that is the essential ingredient to have yoga doing you. When someone knows you're committed to something, they can't dissuade you, they can't argue out of it. They say, nope, that person's committed to it, don't even bother to try to talk about it. They're committed. Same way with your mind and your ego. When your ego and your mind and your personality, your psychology knows and realizes you're committed, it's not going to argue with you anymore. It's a commitment that you make to yourself. So when you make that commitment for a daily practice of yoga, by daily I mean every day of your life, when you make that commitment, you don't do yoga anymore. It's just what happens when you get up each day. Yoga does you. You're up, you're going to do yoga, not even a question. Don't even think about it. It just does you. And then it continues, and you succeed in the practice of yoga. So this commitment, this self-discipline, is the first step to your happiness and your well-being. That daily practice of yoga. Let's try one. Here's a very simple one you can do. You can start with this one. I think it's a nice one to do because it gives you a sense of calmness and relaxation that you'll enjoy doing. And it's done simply like this. Make a circle with one hand, a circle with the other hand. You hook them together. The challenge is to hook them so that the fingers do not touch. They have to be very still. And you take them and let them relax in front of the chest or the heart. And then you look down through barely open eyes at these fingers interlaced. And you become very still, because if you move, you'll touch your fingers. If you start thinking about something else, you'll lose your focus. So you hold it here, the eyes barely open, and you let the breath be so still it doesn't disturb the movement of the hands. Okay? It's just in 3 minutes, you get an effect of calmness, of meditation, and neutrality, which makes it much easier to have that daily practice. So let's try it together. For 3 minutes, you hold the mudra, close the eyes slightly, looking down toward the hands. The breath gets slow and still. Everything gets still. Your body gets still, your mind becomes still, your breath becomes still. And see what happens when you give yourself the gift of a 3-minute yoga practice. that you've experienced what 3 minutes of yoga can do, why would you not do this every day so that not even you doing it every day? Why don't you let yoga do this for you every day? Let yoga help you do 3 minutes of that meditation every day. And that happens as you make a commitment, starting today, or not tomorrow, starting today. You've already done it today, right? So tomorrow, do it. The next day, do it. Keep doing it so you keep doing something every day. And that discipline, that commitment that you make to daily practice will have you be successful in yoga and in your life.